The 13th win of the year for Michigan State is the sweetest of all. A Rose Bowl victory over Stanford as the Spartans hoist a championship trophy. We welcome you back to our continuing BTN coverage here in Pasadena. Dave Revson, Glen Mason, Gerry Dinardo, Howard Griffith, and the coach of the Spartans, Mark Dantonio. Coach, after the Big Ten championship game, you were asked how you felt. The word you used was contentment. How do you feel now?
Yeah, you can put an exclamation mark on that, I guess. I got a new hat. That's all I can tell you. I like this one a little better.
You know, Mark, I think I asked you the same question after the Big Ten championship game, but at times we used to joke about the Michigan State offense if it only had a heartbeat to go with that great defense. And then you talked about how everything came together at one time. Talk about that offense. Connor Cook, receivers, offensive line. How did they come together tonight?
Well, you know, I think it all starts with just being resilient. I really believe that. You know, we started making plays back after the Notre Dame game. We sort of found our way a little bit, and every game we just would build a little bit more, and they got more and more confident. We were making all the 20, 50-50 catches, I guess, and you know, Connor Cook, he throws a pick for a touchdown, and then he bounces back and has a drive down the field in a 2-minute situation. I thought that was a key play in the game offensively.
Coach, how does the Kyla Ellsworth lesson make you feel compared to all the other lessons you have taught your teams down through the years?
Well, you know, Kyler was next man up. He's played a lot of football for us. So is Darian Harris, and you know, I knew they'd go in and they'd play well. Were they going to play as well as Max? Probably not, but you know, they come to play every week, every practice they come to play, and you know, they did a great job. And he comes up, he's the MVP of the Rose Bowl. Go figure. So I guess the message is to all the young people out there, just keep pushing.
Is it one of your most satisfying?
Yeah, it is. You know, the Rose Bowl. You know, Kyler playing very well, our defense playing well. 4th and 1, the stop. There it is, right there, making a big hit. He's done that before, right there. Wow. It's the first time I saw it.
Coach,
he's done it before.
Coach, and it's a great play. Obviously, he stepped up, and the communication was outstanding. Talk to me about really what the defensive line, because I think that was a key to this, because we talked about so much how the jumbo package was going to affect you guys, and they were going to test you. Talk to me about what those guys were able to do.
Well, first of all, we're able to adjust because of our staff. Coach Narduzzi and our entire defensive staff know each other so well. We know our system so well. We can make adjustments in the game. Our players have experience so they can make that adjustment and be successful, and that's what we were able to do. We knew the game would come down to toughness, and it would be a front seven type of football game as long as we leveraged the ball. Because when the ball spit, as I would say, we needed to leverage it, and we didn't leverage the one long run. But you know, the second half, I thought we really actually came out a little flat in the first half. You know, my big message to our football team is you got to be able to handle success too, and you know, this was a new stage for us. So I thought we were able to do that the second half. We came out, and we just sort of we found our way a little bit, you know, and got excited and were able to play through it.
Hey, Mark, let's go back for a second on Connor Cook's interception on the screenplay, and then you get the ball back a little over 2 minutes. You know, some coaches might opt in that situation to say, well, let's just regroup, let's run the ball, let's force Stanford to use their timeouts, let's get in the locker room and regroup. But that's not what you did. What was your thought process?
Well, I told Coach Warner, I said, let's go. We're going 2 minutes here. It was 2:07 on the clock, and we're not going to waste the time. We're going to go get it. And our guys responded. Lippett had a big day. You know, McGarrett King's big day. You know, Keith Mumphrey goes in, has a big catch in the second half. You know, Benny Fowler, huge catch at the beginning of the second half. So, you know, guys just making plays, really. I mean, but we got a lot of confidence in our players. And when you show confidence into people, you usually deliver.
Coach, program-wise, you've done so much at Michigan State. How does this change the way you look at the future? What do you say to your teams in the future and your fans? You've created a monster. How do you deal with that?
You know, I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to keep talking about the things the same way I always have. The difference will be how many recruits are going to come our way because of this. How do they see us? How do other people see us? How do they perceive us in the Midwest and in Ohio and Michigan and the Chicago area? And I think right now we're probably looking pretty good.
You know, I like what you just said. You talked about having confidence in your players. Because if we go back to last year and we talk about the wide receiver group as a whole, dropped a lot of passes. All of a sudden this year they may have dropped some, but they really continue to get better. And tonight, the plays that they continue to make out here, I thought was outstanding.
Yeah, I think our guys, we have 6 guys really to play. I have confidence in 6 or more. We've got some different guys that have played very, very well as well, but it's a little humbling. But we've got some guys that play extremely well, catch the ball, lip it, like I said. And, you know, they've made plays, and I knew that when they would start making plays that they would flourish.
Okay, so tell me this, Coach. It looks like you showed some nimble and agility out there on the field by missing the Gatorade bath.
Well, I knew when they start putting their arm around me, something was going to happen.
Here it is. Here it is.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Run that back. Run that back. You're pivoted on the wrong foot, Coach.
That's an impressive
I
move.
look like a bullfighter.
Mark, the news came out almost simultaneous with the game beginning that you were going to agree to a new contract with Michigan State. I don't think any of us or anyone who knows you well doubted that you would stay at MSU, but what does Michigan State mean to you?
Michigan State's home for the Dantonios. It just is. It always has been. I said it earlier, you know, it's very flattering to be talked to relative to other jobs. It's happened before. Have had other interests, but I've always seen this as a destination and not a stop. I really believe that. This is a place where you can have a great career. You can win a lot of games if you do it right. You know, things sometimes go in cycles, but once you've been there before, even if it was in the 60s, you always have a chance to getting back there. And I really do believe that this was our destiny. I believe it.
Well, that's certainly music to the ears of Spartan fans who are creating their own music behind us. Mark, congratulations. It has been a pleasure to follow this team and to cover you. Thanks for all your time you've given us this year.
Thank you. I just want to add that in order to be successful, you have to move a foundation of people. And we always talk about being able to move a rock. I stood at a pep rally yesterday with 27,000 people there. And a lot of our Spartan fans had to fly in the middle seat for 7 hours to get here, or drive here, or, you know, come up with the cash, or sleep on a cot. And I just want to thank them all for coming because they showed up tonight, probably 40 to 50,000 people, and it was a tremendous showing.
Mark, when we showed up here this morning in the dark, those 27,000 people were already here.
And they got their money's worth tailgating. No doubt.
The way it should be. And you know, the beautiful thing about this, we're on Pacific time, so the night's young.
We'll go out and enjoy the night. Thanks for spending part of it with us. Mark Dantonio.
Thank you very much.
Head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, as MSU walks off the field with a Rose Bowl win. The Spartans are Rose Bowl champs.